All right, it is a new day. It is Saturday. I'm freezing my ass off. I think today's gonna be kind of a short work day. I'm fucking freezing. Anyways, so we had Expert Auto Glass come by and remove the windshield, so there is no more windshield on the 240, which is good because I almost forgot to weld those. I'm over here looking in here and I just see a giant crack right there. So it's a good thing we got that off. It was cracked anyways, so that's why we took it off. But we'll get a new one on once we get it all painted. We have to get all this adhesive off though. But as of this weekend, we are tubbing these fenders. So we need to basically cut out this whole thing. So I'm just gonna come along the seam down to here. We're gonna do a loose cut, but this is the main reason we're tubbing the fenders. I mean, I could just get rid of this and do it that way. But also they kind of just look bad, you know, it's whatever. So we're gonna get rid of all of this. I do want enough room for intercooler piping for when we do turbo this car, because it's going to have a turbo. I'm not keeping this thing naturally aspirated, that's boring. As far as that side goes, I might keep as much of this as I can, but I don't know, we're gonna see what happens. So I already started removing the suspension off this side. We just need to remove this coil over, cut this off, get the trailer fender on there, and we'll figure all that out. But like I said, today I might not get a lot done today, just maybe just cut these off and that's about it. So yeah. All right, so I'm thinking it's gonna go somewhere right there. Obviously, once we cut out this for the curve right here, it's gonna push this back even farther, which should give room for intercooler piping. The only thing I'm kind of worried about, and I've looked up a few different cars, is getting, depending on the engine, if we need to put a turbo kind of in this general area. Which some engines, they can sit right here. Some, they're kind of over here more in the fender area. So that's kind of my main concern. I might try to push this over more just to avoid that, because I have a solid half an inch, maybe even an inch right here to push it over more if I want to. So I don't know, we'll see what I want to do, but that's kind of the first mock-up. I'm waiting for, I got a tool to measure this so I can get like the best cut possible, less of a gap, because the bigger the gap, the harder it is going to be to weld, and I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, we got that sort of just in there for a reference. Then this one's still just not fully cut out yet, but this is it for today. It's about 5 o'clock and I'm freezing my fucking ass off, so we're going inside. All right, so we skipped an upload last week. Kind of disappointed in myself. Anyways, whatever. So today we have our outline for the strut tower going on right here. And then we have a line traced where it needs to be, basically. That is level. We got this traced out, hopefully where it's gonna be. Hopefully I didn't cut too much, but I probably need to cut a little bit more right there just because I'm having it slide back into that corner. But it's pretty cut out, so I'm trying not to make the fender come over too far just for clearance issues if we do turbos or anything like that. All right, so I decided to cut these pinch welds off because I didn't want to cut more metal than I have to. So now all of the original metal is still right here, and we just peeled the panel off, and I cut along that seam right there of the strut tower panel. So now we're basically just going to weld something right back there. So we got that off, and then we got that off as well. It's kind of hard to see. The camera won't adjust because it's outside, the light outside. Anyways, there's a bunch of rust right there, so we're going to have to wire weld that. And then we also have just a bunch of rust on everything, really. I mean, there's a reason we're doing all this. No rust. There's rust on that. This is the panel that we took off. The front actually doesn't look too bad, but there's rust. There's all rust. So that's off now. But yeah, we got the strut tower all tacked, or not the strut tower, the wheel well all tacked in on this side. So now we just need to clean all that up, measure out a new plate to go right there. So that's what's next. All right, so we got this all weld through primered, and then this is also weld through primered. So I basically cut it to basically factory spec. So it's gonna sit on there about like that, and then I'm gonna spot weld all those holes, and then we'll seam seal it. Just the way it was from factory, basically. Real nice and simple. Shouldn't be anything too complicated. It did take me quite a while to make this though, so. But both sides are weld through primered, just so like if moisture does get in there, hopefully it won't rust, because it was rusty right there. But yeah, now we need to get this tacked on. All right, so we got our little cardboard outlay right here. Cardboard outlay right here. I'm not sure if this long piece is right, but this is mostly right. There's a bit of a crack there, so I might need to cut that a little bit big. But it just fell. That's pretty damn close. There it goes. Sweet. Got most of this welded. Then we're gonna have to grind all those welds. And then we have all this back here spot welded on and then grinded the spot welds off. So it's nice and stiff. We still need to weld up here, but that is really not as far as I wanted to make it today. And we're gonna have to cut all of this off all the way down so that there's not that lip there. Fill these tiny gaps. But, you know, I really wanted to be way farther than we are today, but there's multiple things we ran into. Broken grinder, had to go buy a new grinder. That wasted about half an hour of the day. And then that one piece right there just was a huge pain in the ass, which I wasn't expecting. So we're not as far as I want it to be. I wanted to be like almost done with that side, and we haven't even started yet. So that side will be easier though. We don't have to do that side panel. That's great. But that's probably gonna be it for today. It's like 6 o'clock, which is like the longest I've worked. The sun's actually staying out a little longer, but yeah. All right, so we got this piece cut out last night in the dark. So it fits. It's not the best fitting thing in the world, but it fits. So just get it up on here all nice like. Right there. We'll tack everything in. Just need to come up a little bit. All right, there we go. But yeah. Tack weld it right there, and then we'll get the side piece on, and then there'll be some trimming done back here because this is over too far. And then everything else should be tacked right up as well. So it's pretty decent fitting, especially for cutting out in the dark. But yeah. All right, so we finally have this piece of metal cut out and made. It fits in there pretty damn good. We will need to kind of force it in there all the way just because I don't want to trim too much off. But this took me probably like an hour and a half to make, so I'm not thrilled about that, but I'm trying to make this as perfect as I can. So we have some lines down there that'll basically where it need to be straight. And then up here, we'll obviously want it to be flush. So there's that. It took way too long, but. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. We just have to grind all these welds off now, which I've started down there and right here. It's looking nice and smooth. Don't really know how I'm gonna grind these down, but we'll figure that out. And then we also got all this cut off. This lip right here is all cut down, so now it's fairly smooth. I'll probably have to grind it down more, but got that hole patched. It's all cooked up there. Got that hole patched in the corner. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. That's the nice side delete, or not side delete, what the hell am I talking about? That is the piece that I cut the pinch welds off and re-welded on. Re-spot welded on, looks like factory. But we're almost out of gas, so in order to try to use what gas we have left, I'm gonna do this. What this is a plate to go right there. And if you don't know what that is the hole for the wiring harness. My goal is to make every wire coming from the inside of the vehicle to the outside of the vehicle on a bulkhead connector. So we're gonna have probably a 1/8 nipple for a boost reference, like a boost gauge, anything like that. We'll have a quick disconnect battery cable going to the alternator and to the starter, and then we'll also have the engine bay harness. And then I'm probably going to do the same thing right here, and we'll have the like headlight harness and everything go through that. Have it run up over the top down to the headlights. But this is for the most part done welding. Need to grind the welds off, and we have to do that side. Unfortunately, I'm out of gas, almost. So we won't be doing that today. I'm also running out of time. So this whole thing just took way longer than I wanted it to, which sucks. But we'll get this welded on there real quick. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully I don't mess anything up. And on this one plate, we'll probably get the battery disconnect and maybe 1/8 nipple on here, but we're not gonna be able to fit everything on this one delete plate, so we'll have to find somewhere else to put it in there. Alright, we got the strut towers all stitch welded up, as you can see there, and on this one right there. And then we got that block off plate over there. But that's about all we have time for today. I didn't get near as much done as I wanted to, but I'm happy with the results, so that's at least good. But I wanted to be basically done with both sides, and I didn't even start on the second side. So that really sucks. But what are you gonna do? So that's gonna be it for this video. Next video we'll do the other side, and maybe hoping undercoat, but I doubt it. That's probably 2 weeks away. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Go watch the other videos if you haven't seen them yet, and stay tuned for next week. Peace out.